Walter Scott, a founder of the historical novel genre. One Life and Family. Sir Walter Scott was born on August 15, 1771, in Edinburgh, Scotland, into a respected family. His father, Walter Scott Sr., was a solicitor, and his mother and Rutherford came from a well-connected family. As a child, Scott suffered from polio, which left him with a permanent limp. To aid his recovery, he spent much of his early childhood in the Scottish borders, where he developed a deep love for Scottish folklore and history. Scott attended the Royal High School of Edinburgh and later studied law at the University of Edinburgh. Despite qualifying as a lawyer, his passion for literature led him to pursue a career in writing. In 1797, he married Charlotte Carpenter, with whom he had several children. His financial struggles later in life, partly due to his investment in a failing publishing firm, significantly shaped his later years. He worked tirelessly to pay off his debts, producing a large volume of literary works. Scott became one of the most celebrated authors of his time. In 1820, he was knighted and became Sir Walter Scott. He passed away on September 21, 1832, at his beloved home, Abbotsford, which remains a site of literary pilgrimage today. 2 main works. Walter Scott is best known for pioneering the historical novel, blending fiction with historical events and figures. His most famous work, Ivanhoe, 1819, set in 12th century England, explores themes of chivalry, national identity, and social justice. The novel played a crucial role in popularizing the medieval era in modern literature and introduced iconic characters like Robin Hood. Before Ivanhoe, Scott gained fame with Waverley, 1814, often considered the first historical novel. It depicted the Jacobite uprising of 1745 and established Scott as a significant literary figure. Other notable works in the Waverley novels series include Rob Roy, 1817, which focuses on the legendary Scottish outlaw, and The Heart of Midlothian, 1818, a compelling tale of justice and family loyalty. Scott also wrote epic poetry, including the Lay of the Last Minstrel, 1805, and Marmion, 1808. However, as his novels gained popularity, he transitioned primarily to prose fiction. His contributions to Scottish literature and history remain invaluable, shaping perceptions of Scotland's past for generations. 3 Anecdotes. Walter Scott's life was filled with fascinating episodes that reflected his character, wit, and literary genius. One well-known anecdote involves his anonymous authorship of the Waverley novels. For years, Scott published his novels without revealing his identity, leading to widespread speculation about the actual author. When he finally admitted his authorship in 1827, he humorously remarked, "I am the great unknown." Another story is his dedication to clearing his financial debts. After his publisher's economic collapse, Scott refused to declare bankruptcy, choosing instead to write prolifically to repay what he owed. Despite declining health, he continued writing at an astonishing pace, demonstrating remarkable perseverance. Scott was also known for his hospitality at Abbotsford, where he entertained prominent literary and political figures, including Washington Irving. His home became a cultural hub, filled with artifacts, books, and historical memorabilia, reflecting his deep love for history and storytelling. 4 Controversies. Despite his literary acclaim, Walter Scott faced criticism and controversy. One of the primary criticisms of his work was its romanticized portrayal of historical events. Some historians argued that his novels sacrificed historical accuracy for dramatic effect, shaping public perceptions of Scottish and English history in a way that was not always factual. Scott's political views also sparked debate. A staunch Tory, he supported the British monarchy and the status quo. His conservative stance often placed him at odds with more radical thinkers of his time, who sought social and political reforms. Some critics accused him of idealizing feudalism and aristocracy in his novels, portraying them as noble and heroic while downplaying the struggles of the lower classes. Additionally, modern readers have scrutinized Scott's handling of racial and religious themes in Ivanhoe. While the novel was groundbreaking in many ways, some have pointed out its stereotypical depiction of certain characters, particularly Jewish figures like Rebecca and Isaac. 5. Conclusion. Walter Scott's influence on literature and historical fiction remains profound. He is actually the founder of the historical novel genre, and also one of the representatives of Romanticism. He has had a significant impact on the development of European literature. After his death, Romanticism came to an end in Britain. His works continue to be studied, adapted, and celebrated worldwide, cementing him as one of the most important literary figures of the 19th century.